Hello, boys and girls. This is Miss Rodriguez. In this video, we're going to be learning how to use the T-chart to add and subtract integers. All right, so the T-chart looks like this. It looks like the letter T. On the top left, we have a negative symbol, and on the top right, we have our positive symbol. All right, the whole purpose is that we're going to place the numbers inside the T-chart and use it to help us answer our problems. All right, so let's look at our rules just to be reminded of those. If the numbers have the same sign, basically you're going to add and keep the sign, okay? And you're going to see how this works in the T-chart. And if they're different signs, which would mean you have one on each side of the T-chart, you're going to subtract and keep the sign of the number that is furthest from zero. All right, with that said, let's start with the first problem on the left. So we have -2 plus -7. Remember, you always want your problem to be an addition problem. If we have subtraction, we need to change it to addition by adding the opposite. But this is already an addition problem, so we're good to go. The next step is to go ahead and circle the number with its sign. So the sign to the left is negative for -2. So I just circle 2 with the sign to the left of it. It's negative. And then -7 as well. So these are both negative numbers, and that's the purpose of that is to know where they go in the T-chart. So now we're going to put these in the T-chart. Okay, I'm going to put these on the negative side because they're both negative. Okay, now, if they are on the same side of the T-chart, you're going to add and keep the sign. If they're on the same side, then they have the same sign. Okay, so -2 plus -7. So really just 2 plus 7. 2 plus 7 is 9. We're going to add them as if they were positive numbers. So 9. But you got to keep the sign. So it's going to be -9. All right. I'm just kind of showing my addition, what I did here on this one. Okay. And I guess I can put a plus sign that I added them. All right. Okay. And then we're also going to put our answer here. Make sure I got it right. -9. And I'm correct. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the second problem. 3 minus 12. All right. So this is a subtraction problem. So remember, your subtraction rules, you have to add the opposite. Okay, so we keep the first number the same. We're going to change subtraction to addition. And then we're going to get the opposite of the second number, and that's +12. So the opposite of +12 is -12. And we're going to put -12 in parentheses because we have a plus and a negative right next to each other. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this addition problem into the T-chart. So again, I'm going to circle the number with the sign to the left of it. You'll notice that 3 doesn't have a sign. If it doesn't have a sign, we just assume that it's positive, okay? And 12 is a negative number. All right, so these are actually on different sides. So +3 goes on the right with the plus sign, and -12 goes on the left. Now, remember, if they are on different sides, this means they are different signs, and we're going to subtract and keep the sign of the number that's furthest from 0. So we're basically going to subtract as if they were normal positive numbers. So 12 minus 3, that's going to be 9. Okay. But here's the part that's a little tricky. You have to keep the sign of the number that's furthest from 0. So when looking at -12 and +3, you think to yourself, which number is further from 0? Okay, that's going to be -12. -12 is further from 0 on a number line. And so therefore, this answer is really going to be -9. Okay. All right, so that is how you add and subtract with the T-chart.